Welcome to a deep dive that I am doing using these oracle decks, Ancestor Spirit and Seasons of the Witch. If you are interested, maybe you want to cover your head just to protect your energy. Maybe you want to go and get yourself a warm drink or something that is soothing and grounding for you. And then I'll begin. The intention of this session is to connect to the energies, the spirit guides, whoever is meant to see this. I will be connecting to the ether. And we'll see what information wants to come out. This is going to be a deeper dive rather than just like a quick information dump. So you might want to get a journal, you might want to write things down, or you might just want to be in a safe space where you can lie down and just absorb and maybe daydream at the same time. So you might also want to set a little intention. What are you hoping to gain from this? Self-discovery, patience. Maybe you'd like to learn your own or develop your own intuition. Maybe you want to expand, that every card gives you an opportunity to dive a little bit deeper yourself. So together, we'll just ground. However you like to ground. You can imagine roots going from your feet into the earth, or that you're just held by the earth. Next, we can pull up. You can imagine tentacles reaching up to spirit, up into that energy where we are safe, where we are protected, and where only the most beneficial energy is coming to us. You can imagine even holding its hand, dancing with it. Next, we can go out to the left and we can interact with water, with emotions, with nurturing. And then we can go to the right, where we can interact with fire or the masculine, where this is passion and action, and it's coming and it's grounding us. So now we've got groundedness, we've got height, and we've got this center. You can almost imagine it's like a piece of string, tight this way, and it leaves a little web. And that is your center, and that is you grounded and protected and safe. This is you finding your center. So now that we know that, we're connecting to whoever is meant to see this video. Not every single person who sees this will feel like it's for them, and that is okay. May they have the urge to leave when the time is right. That's the energy that wants to come out today. Upskill. Balance yourself. Okay, I'm going to pick these first and see. Yes. So upskill is saying work, career, and crossroads. This one is saying balance yourself. Notice that it's got the same, and this little one here is your center. And so you're balancing all the different parts of yourself together. Direction, growth, and life stages. And then we have nature, spirits, elves, fairies, and rock foundations. Nature and the elements might be really calling to you. The fact that I did it, it's normally, north, south, east, west. But I was doing, earth, air, water, fire. So you might want to actually start going out into nature to get balance, to get renewed. So if you're panicking about your career or about the direction that you're moving in, you're being called to go out into nature and realize that you can let it go, that worry, that stress, and trust. Go with the flow here we have, which is let go, rest, and manifest. Now, before I go on, I'm going to read from the guidebook because I always feel like it gives you extra, obviously, it gives you extra information that I might not realize at the time. So, you are stuck at a crossroads and more information or education is the way forward. Upskilling or studying may be the solution to a career or finance issue. It is time for a change. Empowering yourself with new skills and knowledge will help you direct that change. You are ready to make a positive shift, but may have been underestimating your ability to study or master something new. You do not necessarily need to do formal study at a college or university. Doing a short course, attending a seminar, or completing a weekend workshop might be a good place to start. You might also want to look up the symbolism of stuttering. I do it sometimes, and I do feel again that it gives off almost like a nervous energy. It gives off like a lack of security in your own beliefs, and I'm getting kind of this anxious feeling here. So this crossroads that you're stuck at, it could just be a mindset shift that is needed in confidence and healing. And it's moving up through my back. So again, going out into nature, going with the flow, is going to help this tension that's coming up. And these almost like body reactions. You might not be having body reactions, but the message is the same of slow down, take a breath. Yeah, I'm getting it now in my pelvic area. So a lot of the blockages and feeling stuck in the stagnations is your own confidence and belief in your own capabilities. So you might not even need to do a short course. You might just need to start and say, okay, this is something that I want to do. I'm going to do it, even if I'm scared, even if I'm shaking like a leaf. Yeah, be courageous and disciplined like the ancient Greek warriors. Do not settle for a job or career that does not suit you well. Ask yourself how you could stimulate your career progress and increase your opportunities. Be honest with yourself about what you could improve and take steps towards achieving what you want in your career. Now is the perfect time for you to go forward and make these changes. What have we got then? Balance yourself. Each part of your life contributes to the whole of who you are. The strength you draw from one area of your life can help you manage another. However, it is now time to reflect and address an imbalance. Weigh up how much time and energy you devote to your health, finances, career, relationships, personal interests, and all other aspects of your life. Once you have identified the areas that need your focus, make a plan to restore balance. Nurture your whole self, your mind, body, emotions, and spirit, which again, the elements can help you with. Air is the mind, earth is the body, air is also spirit, emotions is water. So yes, look at the world around you, pay attention to the energy of Mother Earth, the seasons, the sun, and the moon. Consider how the patterns of nature affect you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and how they relate to the cycles. The medicine wheel supports your transition from one phase to the next. Bring your focus inward to grow, transform, release, and embrace a new stage or aspect of yourself. Okay, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Relax, let go, and go with the flow. You don't need to control a situation, know everything that is going to happen, or plan everything in advance. Time out is just as important as time doing. So don't feel guilty about gifting yourself some relaxation. When you go with the flow, you can manifest more quickly and more easily. I also want you to think about as well the kind of stutter or the sense of frustration. Sometimes the best way to move forward is actually to surrender and say, okay, I've been feeling a little bit agitated today anyway, and like any task that I've been doing, there's been some sort of annoying thing that's happened, like I've bashed my hand or I've bashed something or something's dropped. And I think that happens to almost like accumulate and make you so frustrated that you're like, oh, and you have to let go and release. And so go with the flow seems counterintuitive when you've got things to do and you're like, well, how is that going to help me in the career? But actually letting go of always needing to move and be frustrated and trying to force allows things to happen more peacefully and naturally. When you try and force a situation, it can block the natural flow. Take time out to relax and gather your thoughts. Once you have loosened up, release any fears or self-doubt. Trust in the universe and see where it directs you. To help you relax, go with the flow. Imagine healing white light flowing through every part of your body just as water flows into a river. And when you are ready, affirm that the universe is taking care of everything. Take a deep breath and relax. And then we've got nature spirits. To connect with the huddle folk or elves, go into a quiet place in nature, especially somewhere with boulders or rock formations. Sit quietly, psychically protect yourself and close your eyes. Pay attention to what you feel. You may be surprised at what you experience. You may even see light orbs floating around you with your physical eyes or your third eye. See if you notice any movement or shadows around the rocks. Be open to receiving messages from the elves. When you are ready to go home, respect the natural environment by thanking the local elves. Pay attention to what you see and sense when you are out in nature, particularly when you are around rock formations. As wild as it sounds, you are being called to connect with the nature spirits and elves in your area. Respect the wilderness as a home of being seen and unseen. So, yeah, this says, this card may suggest someone doesn't want to be disturbed, to respect their space and let them come to you. That could be like energy as well, like career as well. When you try and force, it does almost take away free will in a way. So you can take a minute, take a step back, and then just say, I'm a magnet for the audience that's meant for me. I'm a magnet for the people that are meant for me, and let them come to you. Okay, I'm going to move on to the other deck, and if we want to go back, we can. But let's see what's going on. First of all, actually, take a sip of water. This isn't water. This is Radiance tea, and it has nettle and spearmint, I think, in it. And there's something else. There's a book on the opposite side of my room. It's not even my, I'm sitting in my brother's room. And it's called Wild and Free. And I feel like if you struggle with go with the flow, because it implies almost a repression, you can imagine the wild and free, that whatever the stress is and the tension and the pain, whatever the tightness is, that it's being cut and that the chains are being released and that you're becoming wild and free. That's the same as going with the flow. Elves and fairies, they're playful. They're mischievous too. And so maybe going with the flow is the same as you kind of letting loose. Going with the flow doesn't have to be peaceful. It doesn't have to be this like namaste. It can be causing a little bit of chaos, and so maybe going out, maybe on a run or going on an adventure of some kind would really help you go with the flow. Broom. Okay, let's see. Bat. Greet the darkness. Protection. Yes. Okay, I'm going to pick a few more. Greet the darkness started coming out upright, and when it was falling, it must have twisted because now it's reversed. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see what we've got here. Elders. Things are coming out reversed, and it's almost like, again, you can go out and cause a little bit of mischief, but to be honest, I think your body also is craving stillness too. So maybe you can do both. Maybe your reward for stillness could be going back into the wild. Your reward, because that's what balancing is about. You don't need to be wild all the time. You don't need to be in stillness all the time. And so whatever you've been avoiding, try and bring it into balance with something else. Give yourself a reward of some kind. Even if it's like a little piece of food, a little sweet treat, something that you love to do. If you're trying to get off your phone, that could be a reward of like, I've stayed off my phone for an hour, I'm going to go on my phone for a little bit. So you don't have to be in the darkness all the time. You don't have to be in stillness all the time. But that balance, I think, is really calling you, that groundedness, to take a breath. Yeah. Okay. Third harvest. Harvest is the time when we reap what we've sown. Okay, what's that? Altar. You're getting all these little ones in reversed, except from third harvest. So it is interesting. I feel like you're being told that it feels like it's counterintuitive, this thing that you want to do. So you're like, oh, this isn't going to work out. It's all reversed. Nothing's in alignment. But actually, it's saying like, don't be fooled by appearances because this harvest is still upright. balance your, oh, that's a different deck, but still, that's still upright. So that's the only one that's been upright so far. And protection, that's good. You've got the main ones upright. You might be confused right now because I'm taking my time, but I think that's actually part of the message too, is it's okay to sit in confusion for a bit. I will get to describing what these cards are, but in the meantime, I think this is your permission to let go of always researching, of always knowing, of always actually diving deeper intellectually. And this is almost diving deeper physically. Like almost you've got a weighted blanket on you and you might feel frustrated, you might want to scream, you might just be like, oh. But that's what patience is about. You can imagine that this heaviness is soaking into you and your body's getting heavier and maybe you're slowing down a bit. I'm using a table to record and there's now little, like, I'm seeing little tea stains or something. And so all of those can build up and build up and build up. And you can imagine those are our thoughts, our to-do list, all the things that we're holding on to, the fears that we're holding on to. When was the last time we gave that a wipe? And so going into the stillness, I think, is an opportunity for you to restart and re-wipe and cleanse all the old things that are still sticking to you. The hat being like a protective thing. I feel like there's almost like the protection on everything and cleansing everything and just saying, if I want to upskill in my career and my work, I've got to go and clean the parts of my brain that are self-doubt, that are holding me back. So that's really what's going on. I'm going to go now. I didn't even need to pull any more cards to see what's going on. Opened it to elements, and I think that's just another little reminder that the elements can really help you. If you're struggling to meditate, if you're struggling to be in stillness, ask Earth to hold you. You can visualize maybe a human energy of what Earth would be just kind of holding you, that you're lying onto them. Even anything that you're sitting on right now, you can imagine that that is Earth and it's holding you. Anyway, let's go to the start. Altar was reversed. Yeah, this is a call to make your practice more personal, to let go of the exact ritual, the exact rules, the exact thing. There are many tools and resources to help you develop your craft. Trust yourself and develop the foundations of your own practice. Seek others for guidance, but how you walk your path is a choice, and yours alone. The wisdom of the ancients run through your veins. Try writing your own spells, formulating your own potions, or leading a group ritual. You may even feel called to begin training as a priestess or to mentor other young witches, or to dive deeper into your practice. When you are afraid or overwhelmed, come back to your altar and ask for guidance. The powers are waiting to guide you. So I feel like that is really the energy in order for you to move forward and to have this third harvest and this gain. It is to understand that you have the answers that you're looking for, and that when you rely on your own intuition and going with the flow instead of the exact ritual and the exact thing, it's giving you so much freedom. Voices was on the bottom of the deck reversed as well, and I got that card yesterday. And I was like, oh, you're calling me out. And what Voices says when it's reversed is saying, sometimes trying too hard to hear the guidance is what destroys the magic. Wait for the answers to appear rather than searching for them. Advice is offered when we least expect it. Keep an open mind. Don't miss these powerful signs because you're too busy expecting your guidance to come in another way. Trust in spirit to offer guidance in a way that serves your highest good. You will come to understand when the time is right. Okay, we've done altar. Let's go back. This is the balance too. You can have a schedule. You can have a routine. You can have, okay, I'm going to do altar and then I'm going to move on to the B's and then I'm going to move on to the C's. But then when you feel called, you can then go a bit ahead and then go back. So I feel like this is going with the flow and how it doesn't have to derail your entire system. Cool. Okay, Bat. Going into the dark realms of your subconscious is a healing practice. Be warned against getting lost in darkness, as spending too much time in the unknown is how you forget to live. Using what you learn and discover in the darkness and bringing it to the light is how you ground your spiritual guidance. What purpose is there in finding creativity, rest, and passion in the dark if you don't use those assets to manifest your greatest dreams? This is a challenge for energy workers who spend too much time connecting with intuition and not enough time taking action. Seek guidance and healing in the dark, then step into the light and make your dreams come true. The balance, the dark, groundedness, the light. So that's what's going on. Broom. When broom is in reverse, it is a call to consider what a home feels like to you and to create the idea of home and family within your life. You may need to spend more time nourishing your relationships or spending time with loved ones. It could also mean making amends with people if you have fallen out or if things have been shaky for some time. A house is a place that you live in, but the loved ones you share it with make that house a home. Be sure to show your family and friends the love and respect that they need. Interesting. I feel like this balance yourself, again, is showing what it takes to live a life. It isn't just focusing on career or just focusing on home. And it takes a lot of work. It's quite exhausting, actually, to be like, oh my gosh, I need to be doing this and this and this. And maybe that's all the responsibilities you have. Kind of the little coffee stains running down the table. You can clean them up. And it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel out of control. But it's time to find that center again and come back and say, I've got everything handled. I don't have to do all the work all at once. But you can maybe focus on one small thing to do with each sector today. So focus a little bit on your career. Then maybe message someone you haven't in a while. Then take some time in stillness. Then take some time in chaos. Like, that is what it is to live a routine, is trying to have a lot of everything. But not all at, you don't need to do it all at once or all the time. Okay, what are we moving on to next? We've got elders, and this is reversed. Yeah. When elders is in reverse, know that you are in need of sage advice and should seek that advice before making any decisions. Now is not the time to act impulsively. You do not have everything you need to move forward at this time. Likewise, during the next moon phase, take special care to think before you speak. You may be in danger of saying things that cannot be taken back. Now, I don't think this is that you're in need of sage advice, because we just had the card that says use your own advice, but the slowing down, not acting impulsively, not pushing, taking some time to wait for it to come to you. Yes. Okay, we've got greet the darkness. Yeah, greet the darkness in reverse is a sign that you are ready to bring your inner truths to the surface. You've done a lot of healing and exploration. Your guides, however, want you to know that you cannot remain in the darkness forever. You will have to rise and allow those hidden parts to see the light of day. So that seems to be, that third harvest is, I think, the energy of moving forward. But you might not see the harvest today. Like, maybe the parts that you're bringing to the light aren't going to get immediate acknowledgement. So you might be getting almost like a premonition to say, you're going to bring things to the light. You've been in this darkness for a while. It might not be immediate, so be patient and know that it will all come to you in divine timing. So, what have we now got? I will reversed. Ewell in reversed is a call for discretion. Those who hold knowledge must also know when to share and when to hold back. Giving too much of your energy away can cause you to feel depleted or taken advantage of. There are those who seek to steal your energy and drain you of your time and resources. Observe carefully before making any decisions about how to act, when to share, and who to invite into your inner sanctum. Ewell never rushes and is ever mindful of the balance between danger, risks, and reward. Okay. And then we've got protection. Many of us had to search out our own safety since beginning our journeys as spiritual healers, students, and teachers. We faced criticism for being witches, faced jealousy for being true to our paths, and had to withstand attacks from our own egos. But we rise and keep going with fearless determination. We know we have our spiritual team, our ancestors, guides, and angels to support us and keep us from harm. You are always protected, my dearest witch, no matter how scary the world may seem or how many things go bump in the dark night of your soul. Within you is a space that cannot be harmed, penetrated, or shaken. Here you can retreat to heal and find comfort. You need only step through the veil into the arms of those who love and care for you. If you have drawn protection, know that all is well and you are safe. Your spiritual support team will protect you from harm. You are protected from hexes, evil eyes, psychic attacks. You are even protected from the dangers of your earth-based ego. Know that you can handle anything. When you are feeling unsafe, speak to the powers that be. Ask them to guide you where you do not have eyes and to keep you safe when you are in harm's way. They are always walking with you and are ready to provide you with additional support whenever you feel the need to ask. And then we've got third harvest, and that's the last part, and then you can go. You've done a great job. Let's see, where are you? Okay, Samhain served as a practical holiday that told our ancestors to prepare. I'm going to start that again. Samhain served as a practical holiday that told our ancestors to prepare for the coming of winter. The third harvest was a time to gather up the remainder of crops to prepare and store them to have enough food to last the harsh conditions. The last of the wheat would be ground to flour. The remains of fruits and vegetables would be pickled and canned and meat salted. Everything with a shelf life was stored in underground cellars and packed with ice. Though winters might be harsh and gathering up your food is hard work, there is a feeling of abundance and pride in getting prepared. Imagine looking at your food stores and seeing a physical representation of your work. Imagine seeing the abundant rewards of planting your seeds and nourishing them as they grow. We are lucky that we no longer have to face these conditions in the modern world. Refrigerators in grocery stores make it easy for us to have food all year long. Perhaps that is why the overall idea of preparation is no longer as important to us. If you are holding the third harvest, you are being guided to gather up your accomplishments, to celebrate your wins. Take a look at everything you've done and achieved. Make a store of these wins and come back to whenever you are feeling low or like you failed. The easiest way to attract more abundance is to feel abundant. Having this stockpile of feel-good moments will kickstart you and can help turn around feelings of lack or stagnation. There's a money-anointing oil recipe, which I can put in the caption below, but it's saying that it is a clean glass jar, a pinch of cinnamon, dried spearmint leaves, 3 bay leaves, 3 allspice berries, olive oil, 10 drops of ginger, 10 drops of oak moss, 10 drops of patchouli. And this should be created during the new or waxing moon. Be sure to thoroughly wash your jar to cleanse it of any lingering energy. You may decorate your jar, if you like, with things that you feel represent prosperity and abundance. Combine your dry ingredients, then cover with the olive oil and add your essential oils. Allow the ingredients to infuse for 3 days. When the potion is ready, anoint money and your wallet with this oil to attract a flow of wealth to you. You may also dab a little on the nape of your neck and wrists. Anoint ritual tools when performing prosperity spells, or create a money vision board and dabbing this oil on the 4 corners during the new and waxing moon. However, because we had the voices, or the altar reversed, you can just do what you want. You can make your own money anointing oil and add special ingredients that you feel called to. You can stick to this routine, but maybe even add something a little bit special that say that you can attract money and prosperity when you actually listen to your own wisdom. Okay, there you go. Thank you for listening. You did a great job. Maybe it's time to write down all the things that you've done a great job for and give yourself a little praise, because we all need it. So that is the energy today.